Welcome to the California Professional Learning Stories, a resource from the California Department of Education designed to help California local educational agencies learn more about how to design and implement high-quality professional learning systems to support their teachers and leaders to meet the needs of their students and communities.
Each California Professional Learning Story focuses on one of the Quality Professional Learning Standards, or QPLS for short. The Saenger Unified School District supports the schools they work with to engage in high-quality professional learning that aligns to all 7 of the QPLS, so you are likely to see connections to all of the standards as you learn about Saenger. But this story will focus primarily on alignment and coherence. Quality professional learning contributes to a coherent system of educator learning and support that connects district and school priorities and needs with state and federal requirements and resources.
My name is Adela Jones, and I'm currently the Superintendent for Saenger Unified. So Saenger has currently a population about 12,400 students. We're a growing district. Families actually tell us that they're moving to our community because of the type of schools that we provide for them, for their students. I've been in Saenger for 33 years. I started here as a teacher. In the year 2000, you may have heard the story that there was a billboard welcoming visitors to our town stating, "Welcome to Saenger, home of 400 unhappy teachers." Well, I'm sorry to say I was one of those unhappy teachers at that time. And some of the things that were really lacking from our district was the voice of the teacher in what was best for our kids. So the superintendent at that time took us on a journey and began the process of bringing professional learning communities to our district. That is where the evolution and the change really began, when we were able to really focus on the data and of how our students truly were doing, and then looking at being a results-driven district, meaning that we needed to ensure that practices we were trying, strategies we were putting into the classroom actually did work. And by looking at data and talking as a team of teachers about how we could get better was really helped with our evolution.
My name is Castillo. I've been in the district since 1990. I started off as a 2nd and 3rd grade bilingual educator at Delray Elementary. So PLCs for me, they're the backbone of our district. They're the reason we've had growth. Back in the mid-2000s, PLCs came into existence, and we just saw everything come together, because now the teachers, which are the experts on the content and experts on our students, they were getting a voice, and they were all meeting together, they were getting their input, and that started us from where we were and took us off where we were going to go.
Quality professional learning provides ways for districts and schools to link educators' growth goals, expertise, and resources across multiple initiatives, programs, agreements, and improvement efforts.
Hi, my name is Theresa Blanchard, and I am a District Instructional Specialist in Saenger Unified School District. I've been working here for about 14 years, and I was actually hired right before professional learning communities hit the scene. So I spent my first year just kind of trying to figure out what it means to be a teacher in Saenger Unified, serving my students and the community. And I felt a little lost, I'll be honest, but the next year and the subsequent years after that, I was able to kind of network with a group of teachers in my professional learning community. We also partnered with other schools nearby and had like our Northside PLC, where we were able to meet on a regular basis to do some assessment building, to unpack standards, to look at data, and to make instructional adjustments based on the assessment data that we were bringing to the table and openly and honestly discussing. And I just appreciated having that support in my formative years as a teacher.
Quality professional learning integrates policy expectations into strategies that are focused on identified needs within local contexts.
And now as a district instructional specialist, it's really neat to see the evolution that our district has been on, this journey of implementing new state standards, we've had new assessments, we've had different frameworks and different policy that have come from the state that we have tried to weave into our system, and our professional learning community space and our professional learning system in Saenger Unified has really embraced and tried to weave those things together to make learning for our students systematic and coherent across all of our sites, that we want to make sure that our students with disabilities and our English learners are supported in the right ways, and that's all supported obviously by research and best practices that we get to come together on a regular basis across the district and talk about what are the best things that we can do to support our students.
My name is Zach Smith. I'm a district instructional specialist out in Saenger Unified, and so I work with teachers, administrators, other instructional coaches throughout the district. One thing that is a strength for Saenger Unified is it's a connectivity to the different initiatives or ideas that are moving around throughout the state accountability model and even the state model of what we're really focused on right now. So for example, in equity and making sure that kids throughout our state have an equitable learning experience, we've really highlighted that both in our LCAP goals and in terms of like achievement in like this big macro level, and then closing the achievement gap, making sure that it's an equitable for all of our target groups, and then making sure that kids just enjoy school, that it's a safe and incredible learning environment. And so we've really tried to make sure that those dots are connected, and then make sure that leaders and teachers and everyone within the organization understands like this is something, equity and flexibility in your tier 1 instruction is so very important, and something that where the state has actually given us a ton of tools to be really helpful with, that then we can use here at a local level and move the work forward. So we're really appreciative of it.
What about the challenges?
So in thinking about the challenges to rolling out this initiative, the initiative of Universal Design for Learning, the first is just there's a lot going on right now in the world of education. And so we knew that a big portion of what we had to do with UDL is not just get the initiative like inside people's minds, but we had to connect the initiative to the other things going on around the state. So thinking about things as open as like project-based learning, and then also thinking about the needs of our different students and target groups. And so being able to call out where those connections are became really important for us. And it also was a way that, again, if we think intentionally and we designed at the front end, was a way that we answered teachers' questions before they asked them. For example, we knew that teachers are really concerned about the new accountability model. And so we showed how the state test is flexible, how it's adaptive, how it provides universal tools, how it provides designated supports, how there's even built-in accommodations for kids on 504s and IEPs, and just said, hey, like the state is doing this as a model to the best of their ability, we should too.
Quality professional learning is supported by sufficient sustainable funding leverage from both current and new sources.
My name is Katie Gault. I am currently a district instructional specialist in Saenger Unified. So about 5 years ago, when it was, again, the perfect storm of we needed some work with Common Core implementation. The NGSS standards had just kind of come out, technology integration, we were doing one-to-one iPads. There was a lot of things going on, but we were able to fund a lot of this work through different grants. So especially a math grant, and then we had a long-term English learner grant, and it allowed us to bring all of the kindergarten teachers or all of the third grade teachers into a room together. Some of those grants are sunsetting and we don't have them anymore, but we felt it was so important to continue that work and not go back to the model of like a PLC lead and that person having to disseminate the information on their own time or during a PLC time where they're supposed to be looking at data analysis and all of that. We felt it was so important to continue being able to bring everyone into the room that we're now funding it through some of our LCAP. So we're still looking out for different grants, but we're funding it through LCAP and making sure that we still have the ability to at least 2 to 3 times per teacher bring their grade level or content area in for some professional learning at our site.
Quality professional learning is part of a seamless system that provides increasingly more complex opportunities for educators to learn and practice skills that advance expertise throughout their careers and that make leadership roles available as educators progress.
All right, well, my name is Thomas Soto. I am the Deputy Principal at Saenger High School and going to be moving in as a Director of Educational Services for the district. This district does a really good job of growing its own leaders, and there are a lot of leadership opportunities. One of the leadership opportunities is curriculum support provider. It's basically a teacher, leader, or coach at the site level, and every single high school or every single school has a CSP. Some have multiple CSPs. And then we also have district instructional specialists, DISs, which give them another opportunity to help, but at a district angle. And then just whenever we have leadership opportunities, we typically don't look outside of the district because of the fact that it's really hard to teach people what the values of this district are from the outside. So if you're not living it and breathing it every single day, it's really hard to trust that the values and initiatives that we have that we feel are extremely important to our success are being followed through correctly. So this district does a really good job of trusting its leaders that it creates. And I'm one of the products of that. And I think that it's important to be able to validate people. It's important to be able to allow them to rise up and develop as an educator, as a leader, and just as a professional.
To learn more about Saenger Unified School District's success in achieving extraordinary results with students across racial and socioeconomic groups, visit us at cde.ca.gov/PL-stories.
To view more professional learning stories, please visit us at cde.ca.gov/PL-stories. To learn more about the Quality Professional Learning Standards, please visit us at cde.ca.gov/QPLS.
This video was produced by Julia Agostinelli for the Educator Excellence and Equity Division of the California Department of Education. Student voice by Marcos Lopez. The music was obtained from Creative Commons. Journey of Hope by Alexander Nagarata at serpentsoundstudios.com. Music promoted by free-stock-music.com. Attribution 4.0 International. Creative Commons by Attribution 4.0. At creativecommons.org/licenses/by/4.0. Optimistic Corporate. Excel Music Publishing at freemusicpublicdomain.com. Licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0 at creativecommons.org/licenses/by/3.0.